What is going on YouTube? This is Gavin212, aka Gavin Randy, here with breaking news, and it is the WWE Monday Night Raw preview. So, we get into the Monday Night Raw preview with the first setting, and remember, I do not write this stuff, I read it off of WWE.com exclusively, so all credit goes to them. Styles, longtime friends Gallows and Anderson to make their Raw debut, and it is going to be against the Usos. So, since emerging in WWE April 11th, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have been leaving behind a path of destruction not entirely dissimilar to the one they carved a path in Japan alongside AJ Styles, the number one contender to Roman Reigns' WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now the duo is set to make their official in-ring debut on Raw against the Usos, less than 1 week before the Phenomenal One faces Jimmy and Jay's cousin, the big dog of sports entertainment's most coveted prize, Roman Reigns. Gallows is no stranger to competing inside WWE Squared Circle, but as evidence in his recent actions alongside Anderson, which had both brutal beatdowns and both the Usos and Reigns, this world traveler brawler has come back to Japan with a whole new bag of tricks in his arsenal. Even though Jimmy and Jay would no doubt have been looking for payback against the ruthless attackers, it is equally probable that they will have no idea what they're up against. Meanwhile, even the preparers of the Battle of Roman Reigns at WWE Payback, Styles will have no doubt in paying close attention to the debut of his former running buddies. Even though the Phenomenal One denies any knowledge of Gallows and Anderson's recent attacks on the remains adamant that he doesn't need the help to defeat the big dog Roman Reigns. This is his path in WWE, incomparably tied to the longtime friends. Something tells us that Gallows and Anderson have only begun to shock us, and Styles just might be in for a surprise or two himself along the way. Next segment. How will Dean Ambrose retaliate against Chris Jericho? They say you should never poke a bear, although there is no collegial saying of provoking the lunatic fringe. It's probably just as ill-advised. Yet twice in the past week, Chris Jericho has left the unstable superstar, starting up the lights, first attacking Ambrose on following Raw's main event, and then knocking him off the top rope and costing him the fire victory across the conclusion on SmackDown. The rivalry might not have been spurred, but they respective talk shows 6 nights before their anticipated battle at WWE Payback expects these combustible competitors to trade punches, not words, and something tells us Ambrose can't wait for another brawl. Next, how has Corbin stolen Ziggler's spotlight? Getting into it. After winning the third annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at this year's WrestleMania 32, WWE newcomer Baron Corbin has made it his point to prove that the Lone Wolf is ahead of the pack, mostly at Ziggler's expense. And that's Dolph Ziggler. On SmackDown, the tattooed rebel laid waste to the show-off in what perhaps the most heinous assault, ambushing Ziggler before their scheduled match and punishing it in brutality of the end of days on the outside of the ring, just as he'd done earlier on Raw. The reasoning for the series of attacks because he can. Will Ziggler be able to do something retribution against Corbin on Raw, or will the Lone Wolf continue to make an example of the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Next. Will old fisticuffs trump new smack talk? At WWE Payback, the incredibly popular Enzo Amore and Cal Cassidy face the unusual team of the Backyard era of the Vaudevillains. And now let me just say this. I think it's stupid. I think that they should have this match on Raw and then see who will take on the New Day at Payback, which would make more sense considering that the New Day wouldn't be defending their titles at all. So, getting back into it, with the victor going to face the New Day for the Tag Team Championships in the future. Even though both 10 teams have honored their skills in NXT, they couldn't be more different in Simon Gotch and AD English. The toned-down traditional grappling and Enzo and Cass represent in-face your style today, as the past, present, and set are collide will be how you doing. Are you more equal how you doing on Raw 6 nights before WWE Payback? And last but not least, is Shane McMahon's tenure as Raw showrunner coming to an end? Shane McMahon continued the hot streak against the Pond in London, running his third consecutive Raw thanks to the unbelievable support of the WWE Universe on social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tout. However, Monday Night Raw's hottest show has ventured to Hartford, Connecticut, more minutes of the authority's office in the WWE headquarters. We haven't seen Triple H and Stephanie McMahon on Raw since WrestleMania, nor have we gotten their thoughts on Shane O'Mac's job performance. Will the authority arrive to put an end to Shane's new era, or will they actually deem himself best for business at the helm of Raw? Don't miss Raw at 8, 7 Central on the USA Network, and be sure to tune into Raw pre-show on 7:30 Eastern, only on the award-winning WWE Network. So, there's the WWE Monday Night Raw preview for April 25th, 2016, but in order for me to keep this up, I'm going to need you to like this video, favorite this video, share us on every social media platform that's humanly possible, and definitely subscribe. Thanks, guys. I love y'all.